Hello, good morning students. In previous class, we had discussed about the chapter regarding the chapter Human Health and Diseases, and we have completed the chapter Human Health and Diseases, and you all written the exam class test regarding the chapter Human Health and Disease. Now, the next chapter today we are going to discuss in particular class, that is what chapter 9, strategies for enhancement in food production. Okay, strategies in the sense what? What are the synonyms for the strategies or Kannada strategies that are something used to do new things that can help us to overcome or used to increase the food production. Understood? Strategies in the sense sometimes what it is going to happen, ಏನಾಗೈತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ನಾವು ಡೈಲಿ ರುಟೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್. ಏನು ರುಟೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೊರತುಪಡಿಸಿ ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು ಏನೇನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡೈಲಿ ನಾವು ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ ಅಥವಾ ಇಷ್ಟು by add the things. Instead of that, what we are going to develop the strategies, for example, with neat label diagram, we used to draw the diagram first, then go through the labelings. And labelings mele you used to start what we are going to call that as a ಏನಂತ ಬರೀಬಹುದು ಏನು ಅನ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ನಾವು ಆ ಒಂದು ಡೈಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಡೈಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿ ಹೋಲ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ಒನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್ ರೀಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಡೈಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನೋಡಿ ಆ ನಂತರ ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ನ ನೀವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಪೀಪಲ್ ಟು ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ more and more marks. It is regarding to the what we are going to call it as study and all. Now we are discussing here about the food production. Food production in the sense, here I written the chapter name, strategies for enhancement in food production. Enhancement in food production in the sense what? What are the strategies in the sense? What are the different methods you used to use so that you can produce more and more, or we are going to increase the yield of a food products. Increase the yield of a food product. Okay, so I used to tell here, ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವೇನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಫುಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Now you all are familiar about the what increasing population of the world. You are familiar with the increasing population of the world. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಯಾಕ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಟ್ರಿನ ಕೂಡ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಾಗ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ it is increasing. Population is increasing in the sense earlier ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ a few decades ago the population is less. Now the population is increased tremendously, so that what it is necessity in the sense to fulfill the need of food, in the sense food in ಈಗ ಸದ್ಯ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಫುಡ್ ಏನು ನೀಡ್ ಐತಿ ಆ ನೀಡ್ ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾತಂದ್ರೆ or used to fulfill the need of food for rising population of the world or rising population of our country, used to what we are going to call it as is to try the new strategies which can help us to increase the food production. Now here in this particular chapter we are going to study what some strategies which are helpful for us to produce the what large number of food, or what we are going to call it as increase the yield, product of yield regarding the food. And I mentioned now it is necessary for fulfill the need of increasing population of the world or increasing population of our country. Now what we are going to do, or what we are going to study in this particular chapter in the sense, when we are going to study this food production, increase in enhancement in a food production, that time what we are going to go for the biological principles as applied to the animals and animal husbandry and plant breeding. Okay, before this I will tell you, in this particular chapter, strategies for enhancement in food production, we are going to study these 4 points. One is animal husbandry, plant breeding, single cell protein and tissue culture. These are the points we are going to study under the chapter 9, strategies for enhancement in food production. So for the need, fulfill of a need of increasing population of the world or increasing population of the country is to apply the biological principles in animal husbandry and plant breeding that help us to overcome or that help us to fulfill the need of food for the rising population. And another one, there are few different techniques that we used to use for increase the food production. What are those in the sense? One is, that is, we are going to call it as embryo transfer technology or as tissue culture. Embryo transfer technology or tissue culture. These are the techniques. Those are also help us to enhance is to do the enhancement in a food production. So these are the things we are going to study in this particular chapter. The chapter name is Strategies for Enhancement in Food Production. Now, I told you in strategies for the enhancement in food production, under this chapter we are going to study animal husbandry, plant breeding, single cell protein, tissue culture, and I made clear the point why it is necessity for developing some strategies for the enhancement in food production, because we used to fulfill the need of what food for the rising population of the world or our country, or generally we should tell rising population ಏನ increase ಏನು population increase ಆಗೈತಿ, ಆ increase ಆದ population ಫುಡ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಆ ನೀಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಫುಡ್ ಏನೈತಿ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾತಂದ್ರೆ we used to develop some strategies that can help us to enhancement in a food production. So in this particular chapter we are going to study those some few techniques which are helped already to fulfill the food enhancement in a food production. In that, first we are going to discuss in today's class, that is what animal husbandry. We are going to study the animal husbandry. Now animal husbandry, it is a general terminology. I think so many times you have heard about the what husbandry or animal husbandry. Animal husbandry, it is an agricultural practice of breeding and rearing of livestock. Livestock in the sense what? The livestock include what? Buffaloes, cows, pigs, horses, cattle, sheep, camel, goat, etc. All these are come under the livestock. And here animal husbandry is nothing but it is agricultural practice of a breeding and rearing of livestock. Breeding ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಏನ livestock ನಾವು ಸಾಕೋದು, ಅನಂತರ ಪ್ರಜನನ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರದ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಸಂತಾನೋತ್ಪತ್ತಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂಡರ್ ದಿ ಕೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ we are going to call it as agricultural practice, animal husbandry. Agricultural practice of breeding and rearing of livestock. ಅದೇ ಈಗ ಬರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ ನಾನು care and breeding, taking care and breeding of a livestock like buffaloes, cows, pigs, horses, cattle, sheep, camel, goat, etc. This is what we are going to call as animal husbandry. Idku animal husbandry anbodu. And extending this rearing and what I told you, taking care, rearing and breeding of a livestock ಅಥವಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಬಂದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ buffaloes, cows, pigs, horses, cattle, etc. ಬಂದು. Apart from that, extending this what we are going to call it as animal husbandry, it includes what are the different what we are going to call it as important farming. That is what one is poultry farming in the sense rearing, breeding and taking care of birds, different kinds of birds. That is what poultry farming. It is also a part of animal husbandry. And fisheries in the sense again rearing, catching and selling of fishes. Mollusk in the sense cells we are to use to rear or used to catch them from the seas or a other what we are going to call that one as a water reservoirs. Okay, and next crustaceans. In crustaceans you are going to find the examples are crabs and prawns. ಏಡಿ ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾನ್ಸ್. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಅವ್ನು ಹಿಡಿಯೋದು, ಅವ್ನು ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೆಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಅವ್ನು ಹಿಡಿಯೋದು ರೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ರೇರ್ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಅವ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸೋದು, ಆನಂತರ ದೊಡ್ಡವನ್ನ ಮಾರೋದು. These all are the things which are come under the fisheries. In the sense, the poultry farming and fisheries are also the part of extending part of a animal husbandry. So animal husbandry, it is nothing but a what agricultural practice of breeding, taking care and rearing of a livestock like buffaloes, cows, pigs, horse, cattle, sheep, camel, goat, etc. and extending of this what we are going to call it animal husbandry. In the sense that poultry farming and fisheries are also the part of what we are going to call it as a animal husbandry. And one important thing is, when we are going to discuss about the livestock, the total livestock in the world, 70% of the livestock it is in India and China. Okay, yet livestock 8 like throughout world 70% livestock ಏನು ಸಿಗ್ತಿಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಮತ್ತು ಚೈನಾ ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೊರತುಪಡಿಸಿ ಅಷ್ಟಿದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್, ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಐತಿ. ಯಾವ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇಂದ ಬರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಐತಿ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್, ಆ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ನಮ್ದು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟೈತಿ ಅಂದಾಗ ಇವನ್ 70% ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ವಿ ಆರ್ contributing only 25% for the world firm production. In the sense, per what we are going to call that one as a the production of per unit is very low. The productivity regarding the livestock, okay, per unit is very low. Hence, addition to the conventional practices, addition to the traditional practices, we used to apply some technologies or strategies which can help us to improve the quality and quantity or quantity and productivity of a livestock. Quality, quantity and productivity of a livestock. So these are the things we are going to study under the animal husbandry. Now, in the next point, we are going to study the management of firms and firm animals. Management of firm and firm animals. Okay, so still so far we have studied about what we are going to call that as a animal husbandry. In animal husbandry, we have studied the definition of animal husbandry and what else extended different parts which are included in animal husbandry. And in this next, now we are going to study about some strategies which are used for the enhancement in a food production. In that first one, we are going to study about the management of a firms and firm animals. The point come under the strategies for the enhancement in food production. In that first we are studying about the what animal husbandry. In animal husbandry, we are going to study about the management of a firms and firm animals. In that first one is dairy management. We are going to study the dairy management. Here we are going to study the definition of dairy. What is meant by dairying? Dairying is the management of a animals for milk and milk product. Here in dairying or a dairy management, what we used to do is to rearing, management of a animals, in the sense taking care of a animals and breeding of a animals for the milk and milk product. For a human consumption. Human consumption ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಾಗ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಉತ್ಪಾದಿಸಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ನ ರೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಥವಾ ಕೇರ್ ತಗೋತೀವಿ, ಬ್ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ ಅಂದಾಗ ಡೈರಿಂಗ್. ಡೈರಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಕನ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಡೈರಿಂಗ್. Now the question is going to ask you, what is dairying and what are the important steps has to be taken for the successful dairying, or else successful dairying agni ಯಾವ steps ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಿ, or else what are the strategies we are going to adopt. Those are help us to what we are going to call that as a increase the productivity of a milk and milk product. That time this question is to ask for you people for the 3 marks. One is for the definition and 2 marks for the what are the steps you are going to adapt, or what are the steps you are going to take for successful dairying or a successful dairy management. Now we are studied about the definition of dairying. Dairying is the management of a animals for a milk and milk product. Milk ಮತ್ತು milk product ಸಂಬಂಧ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, animals ನ ರೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. That is what we are going to call as a dairying. Here, what are the strategies we are going to adopt, or what are the steps we used to take that can help us to get the maximum yielding of milk and milk product? First one is, when we are going to go for the dairying in the sense what? Management of the animals. Here, for the dairy, first point or a first step is to take, that is what, in the sense selection of a good breed having the high yielding potential. Good breed in the sense ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಜಾತಿ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಜಾತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಾಗ ಹಾಲು ಕೊಡ್ತೈತಿ ಅಥವಾ milk yield is more, that breed used to select for the dairy management. In the sense, this is the very important step for the successful dairy management, is first used to select a good breed which is having a good yielding capacity, in the sense high yielding potential, which has the high yielding potential. This is the first, what we are going to call that as a strategy, or what is the first step we used to take that can help us to successful dairy management. That is what selection of a good breed having the high yielding potential. One thing. Second one is, the breed is having disease resistance capacity. Whatever the breed we are using for the dairy management, that breed has disease resisting capacity. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ನಾವೀಗ ತಂದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಏರಿಯಾದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಏರಿಯಾದಾಗ there are some bacteria, virus, they can cause the disease for these cattle. That time that cattle has the disease resistance capacity to these what pathogens. That's ಆಗೇನಾಗ್ತಿಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಇವಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗಲ್ಲ ಮೇಲೆ ಆರಾಮ್ ತಪ್ಪಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Or else if that cattle is not having the disease resistance capacity, then what is going to happen? ನೀವೇನು ಫುಡ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅದನ್ನ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವೇನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದಾಗ ಮನಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಆರ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಆತಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ನಿಮ್ದು ಏನಾಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಆನಂತರ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್, ಅದರಿಂದ ಬರುವಂಥ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದರ ಏನು ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಬ್ರೀಡ್ that has the high yielding potential, in the sense selection of a good breed having the high yielding potential. Second one, the breed which you are selected that having disease resistance capacity. Disease resistance capacity in the sense a disease ಆಗಬಾರ್ದಂತ resistance capacity ಇರುವಂತ ಒಂದು animal breed ನಾವು select ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Next one is, once you are going to select the breed, where you are going to raise that. ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಕೇರ್ ತಗೋತೀವಿ, ಎಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಹೌಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ವೆಲ್. ಆ ಹೌಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಅದೊಂದು ಮನೆ ನಾವು ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಂತೀವಿ, ನೀವು ಜನರಲಿ ನಾವು ದನಗಳ ಮನೆ ಅಂತ ಕಟ್ತೀವಿ. ದನಗಳ ಮನೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ನಾವು ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಡೈರಿ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು build means you are going to building the house, that should be what built very neatly with a what we are going to call it, that one as a adequate aeration and light ಮತ್ತು aeration ಆಗುವಂಗ ಅದನ್ನೇನಪ್ಪ ಅದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿರಬೇಕು. ಆನಂತರ when we are going to start what taking care and breeding of these animals, after selecting the what good breed with the disease resisting capacity, what we used to do, feeding of cattle carried out. When we are going to feed the cattle ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಆ ದನಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನು ಊಟ ಅಥವಾ ಫುಡ್ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಮೇವು ಅದು ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ, that should be carried out by the scientific manner. That should be carried out by the scientific manner, in the sense quality and quantity. ಆ ಒಂದು ಫೋಡರ್ ತಂದಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮೇವು ಹಾಕ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಫೋಡರ್ ಅದರ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಏನೈತಿ, ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಏನೈತಿ, ಯಾವ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಇದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು, ದಿಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಡನ್ ಬೈ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್, ಅಂಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಅಸ್ ಟು ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಡೈರಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಡೈರಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು feed the cattle or a feeding of a cattle carried out by the scientific manner, and that emphasis andre giving importance to the quality and quantity of fodder. Quality and quantity of fodder. This is the third step used to take for the what successful dairy management. Next one is maintaining cleanliness and hygiene. Maintaining cleanliness and hygiene in the sense during what we used to handling the cattle also, and used to milking, in the sense during the milking the half ತೆರೆಯುವ ಮುಂದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ and storage of a milk or a milk product, that time we used to maintain the cleanliness and hygiene. That can help us to successful dairy management. That is also important. Next one is regular visits of a veterinary doctor would be mandatory. In the sense ನಮ್ದೇನು ಒಂದು ಫರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಾಲ್ ದಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ನಮ್ಮ ದನಗಳು ನಾವೇನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ನ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಆ ಆನಿಮಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ 15 days ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ 2 ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬರಬೇಕು, ವೆಟರ್ನರಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಂದು ಆ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ನ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಥವಾ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಏನಾರೇ ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಫುಡ್ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಸೋದು, ಅವನ ಮೇಲೆ ಚೆಕಪ್ ಮಾಡಿಸೋದು. ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಡನ್ ಓಕೆ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ by visiting the veterinary doctor. Okay, the regular visits by the veterinary doctor would be mandatory. That can help us to what we are going to call that as a for the successful dairy management. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಬರೀಬಹುದು ನೀವು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್. Regular observation of the animals, or you are going to observe the quantity of milk yesterday and today. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ನಾವೇನಪ್ಪ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೂಡ is to suggest the doctor whatever you are facing the problems and all. These all the things which can help us to what making successful dairy management. In the sense, the question is going to ask from this concept, what is that dairy farm management? First, what is dairy and what are the what we are going to call it as a steps which are helpful for, or what are the strategies which are helpful for successful dairy management. That time we are going to write these things. And this is about what dairy management. In dairy management, we are discussed about the definition of dairying and the things which are going to take, which are helpful. Means the steps which are ways to take. Those can help us to what to successful dairy management or profitable dairy management. In next class, we are going to study about the poultry farm management. Here we are studying the dairy management under the management of farms and farm animals. And next, we are going to study poultry farm management. Okay, I will stop here. And next, we are start with the poultry farm management.